Om Shanti. Let's begin with some relaxing music. Om Shanti. Did you allow yourself to relax? Did you experience stillness and silence? Or was the mind busy, as always? Sometimes it's a hard practice to just settle in, shut the mind off, and be present. So if you haven't already done so, let's do that right now. Just settle in. Tell myself I am unavailable for distraction. And then this way, over the next 10 minutes, whatever we discuss, you'll be fully present. You will hear what you need to hear, and you will take benefit. And next, I congratulate myself. I congratulate myself for being here and for taking the time, taking time for me. And so let's begin. Let's talk about contentment tonight. Sister Mohini this week out of Peace Village, New York, was talking about contentment. And I thought we should start by understanding what robs us from experiencing contentment on a consistent basis. And I'm sure we're all plugged into the news. And I'm certain everyone's heard about the murder of one of our brothers who's in an African American body. And I was reminded about opinion. Now, this murder is a big event. It's a national event. But what is my opinion on that subject? And then I was thinking a little bit further, so stay with me. Does my opinion matter? And some of us like to say that we want to be a part of change, needed change, and so of course my opinion matters. But I wonder if there should be those out there like you who are watching now that can realize that my opinion is robbing me and others from experiencing contentment. Think about that. And the reason being is that I haven't yet recognized that my opinion is just that, an opinion. And yet everybody has something to say because we feel a conviction, but we also feel that we're right. And so what is opinion doing today? Look at our political world. Look at the news about coronavirus and what the administration is or is not doing. Lots and lots of opinion. And all I feel is chaos in the world. So tonight, as I explore contentment, I want to be different. I can say that I'm going to be selfish and I am only going to focus on me going forward so that I can experience contentment. When my mind goes outside, when my opinion needs to be shared, I feel that I'm depleting my limited stores of energy, and especially that limited level of happiness that I have inside. So I want to step away from being depleted by accumulating, by not thinking about what's right or what's wrong, and more importantly, by not sharing my opinion. If I can step away from that practice, something beautiful happens. I go from not sharing my opinion to becoming completely detached. Can you imagine living in a state where I'm detached from all events, where I can recognize that things are occurring because they're supposed to, and leaving it at that? I no longer say that the event is right or that the event is wrong. I detach from it. It occurred. There's a nice expression I like in the East. Very simple, 3 words. It is written. It is written. Everything is written. The weather, all kinds of things, and yet I often want to buck the system, right? It shouldn't be raining on my day off. So I'm going to step away from everything. In order to be content, I want to have equal parts of detachment. Think about walking through life and being detached. I accept all things as they occur. And when I do that, again, I don't have an opinion about it, and my energy is not lost in sharing my opinion. Instead, I just settle in and I allow myself to be happy. A long time ago when I came to the Brahma Kumaris, probably 20 years ago, I asked about happiness and contentment. And I was told that happiness is something you should claim. And so what am I claiming in life? Am I claiming a political struggle and proving my opinion? And what about happiness, contentment? Bring me a gift on my birthday. Wish me a happy anniversary. Congratulate me for finishing high school. Then I'm happy. Is that how it should work? We know that's not the case. We also know that I will be reserving judgment and therefore accumulating my level of happiness. And now lastly, I will be claiming happiness. How do I claim something? Think about that. There's a process in claiming, right? Number one, I have a right. When I hear people say, I have a right today, I usually don't like that. I associate that with I am entitled. But I have a right to happiness. I think that I was born into this body and to play this role so that I can enjoy, so that I can experience things. And now when I am bent on claiming happiness, I will, because I look for things that bring me happiness. I admire others that are happy. I think going forward that I need to smile more, even when I'm alone, not necessarily just for others. We're pretty good at that today when we smile and say, hi, how are you? Never looking for the answer. But I want to become genuine, and so I need to practice my smile. Let's do that now. Think about that. A smile feels good. I picture myself in my car the next time I'm in my car. I don't care who's looking at me on the road. I will smile. Smiling feels good. And so for the next 7 days, contentment. I claim happiness. Contentment is a part of my life. I will be wise enough to recognize which things I'm allowing to rob me of experiencing contentment. And I say this quite often, the news. I can shut the news off. In fact, I will, just for 7 days. And somehow I'll hear the news. I won't be kept out of the loop, unfortunately. So I no longer worry about that. But I'm going to tune out. And I'm going to see how my mercury of happiness rises. When I claim, I'm also saying I deserve, right? I have that right to happiness. And when I'm a happy soul, I know others are benefiting by being in my presence, right? Because like attracts like, happiness pulls happiness. So I think about myself as emitting happiness going forward. Very, very, very happy type of person. And I smile gently, and I look for things that make me happy. I see happy moments in others. And so news again is pulling me. Have I recognized in news that there's been unity with COVID, that people are reaching out to others? Or am I seeing the bad, the exceptions, because that's what it is? So let's regroup before we close out. I control my destiny. My thoughts create, and my thoughts lead me to my destination. And my destination going forward is to be lost in contentment. And so my thoughts going forward are pure and positive. My thoughts, I'm in control of that, right? As the door to my mind opens, which it does every day, and often it's wide open, and the thoughts are out of control. But with my thoughts, because I'm lost in contentment, I can now see or hear those thoughts a little bit more clearly. With contentment, my thoughts are no longer on autopilot. I flip the switch and I control what I'm thinking. As I'm happy, this becomes easier. As I'm happy, I see and hear what those thoughts are. 1, for all thoughts that are not bringing me benefit, I let them go. 2, for all thoughts that are not positive, I let them go. Recognize all souls on this planet are a child of God. Okay, I think we're back. So everyone is a child of God. God is not selfish. I love that point. That makes me happy. So now, 9. I look at everyone differently. My brother and sister souls around me are no longer a title like Jewish or Catholic or African American. Those titles were robbing me of my happiness as well. God has no titles for his children, just his children. And so I relax with these things. I take comfort in all that I heard tonight. I feel empowered that I'm returning to me, the peaceful, gentle, and happy soul that I am. The world is actually working. It's all working with everything that's going on. And now I enjoy it. I enjoy every day. This is what it's like to be content. No one needs to make me happy. I allow myself to be content, and I claim happiness. Now let's just sit together for a moment, using the power of our gathering. And I want you to feel extreme forms of happiness so that we can just spread this for the next 60 seconds. And in those 60 seconds, I have no thoughts. I've finally come to be me, a spiritual being. And I recognize that I emit energy and power. And so that's what I'll do right now. Just getting lost in happiness and sending that vibration out. 60, 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 49, 43, 35, 30, 24, 20 more seconds, sharing and feeling happiness, bathing in happiness, no worries in the world. And I will experience this going forward. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whenever I need, I will go into silence and I will take what I need. I always find it here. And tonight I've taken a lesson on contentment. And going forward, that's what I claim. 7 days I commit to this. I keep reminding myself about contentment. And then I experience it. Om Shanti. Until next week, have a beautiful week and experience happiness.